What is up, my Sabronis and my fans of Galion Tiger football and most importantly, Galion track now at this point in time? I am here for take number 2 with my boy Jacob Chambers. Jacob Chambers, how are you?
Pretty good.
This is take 2 because the first time we did this back in like early December, right after our football banquet. I thought like, oh, it'd be a great time to do all this, get this done. And I decided to have audio problems because I'm rookie and don't know what I'm doing. So thanks for coming back and doing this with me.
Living and learning.
So Chambers and I, we've known each other for a very, 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 very long time now, like 6 years. 6 years because
seventh grade.
You were 7th grade when I coached you in track for the first time. You and Zach Silly and Cohen Adams, all during a great time of COVID. And then 8th grade, I got to student teach you guys, had you in track some more. And then obviously the last 4 years, we got to spend some time in football together and track in some capacities. But I've always been a middle school track guy for old Coach Scribbs.
Yeah.
So, we're just here kind of talk about life for you and sports and your journey of everything. Talk a little bit of football and basketball now at this point in time. As we record this, the national championship game is tonight between Indiana and Miami. So who do you think is going to win and why?
I want Miami to win. To be honest.
Why?
I
Oh,
don't
my
know.
God. Miami people are the worst.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree, but I'm not a big Kurt Signetti fan.
See, I like Signetti. I can't stand Mendoza.
I don't
I
like him
cannot
either.
stand anything Mendoza says, anything Mendoza does. He's just too corny for me.
It's too much, yeah.
Signetti's very Coach Dick-like.
He is.
Is that why you don't like him?
No, I mean, I don't know. He's a good coach. He's got a good attitude for it. I don't know. I just don't like him. But it's definitely Mendoza, too.
So you're rooting for Miami. You think Miami gets it done, or you think Indiana's?
No, I think Indiana's going to win.
I said after the after the semifinal, like whatever it is, it's 20. Take 20 and a half for them. Take 3 touchdowns because they're just throttling everybody.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I said, it's tonight, and so this will probably get posted early tomorrow morning. So your prediction, you can go ahead and say Indiana real quick.
Yeah, Indiana.
And then I'll cut it. And you can say Miami real quick.
Miami.
So now either way, you were right.
I'm already right. Yeah.
And so it'll be a good, fun football game. I get to this point in time and I get sad because it's like if you think about it, we have national championship tonight. You have 2 NFL games next week, and then you have Super Bowl. You have 4 football games left.
Then it's nothing till mid next.
I know.
This year.
And your football career at least is over now.
Yeah.
And so, you get to enjoy it in different capacities, but playing it is over. So we'll get to that in just a second. But before we get into any more stuff, first question I ask all my guests, being you as my only real guest, because Dylan never got us a question. Scott is just our co-host who, like I said, it only shows up whenever he wants to show up, not including today. What's your favorite football memory? This could be something you've been part of, or it's just something you watched, or more than one. I don't care. Favorite sports memory? I don't even mean football.
I'd say honestly just our whole football season. Like for me, not even wanting to play it to how I look back at it, that was a great season, ton of fun.
Yeah. Much longer than we have.
Yeah.
It's happened in Galion football in a long, long time.
A lot of people expected.
And so, I don't know. Let's just talk about that first. Let's talk about this football season, then we can kind of go back in time and then go into the future. So, this is your senior year. This is my 7th year coaching football.
Yeah.
So it's been around the program a little bit, and we come in with expectations that were pretty good, pretty high. Just talk about last season, how last season ended. And then conversations that you kind of had with Coach Dick and some of your teammates, just Aiden Schmidt, Zach Silly, all those guys.
Yeah, I mean, last season ended, we had a pretty rough game against Otto Landorf. I mean, didn't think it'd be – I think going into the game, we didn't think we were going to win. Like, just no one was really in the spirit to play anymore.
But you're saying player-wise, you guys didn't think –
We should have won the game, but I don't think anyone wanted to at that point.
Well, you had a rough season last year with injuries and stuff.
Lots of back and forth. But, I mean, that was probably the biggest thing going into the senior year, not wanting to play, is I didn't want to lose out in the track experience and trying to get as far as I could with that. But
so junior year wise, and your sophomore year, we had a pretty good year. We had a good team, a lot of seniors, very similar to what we had, and we definitely underachieved. Lost some games that we shouldn't have.
We still had a good season. I mean, we made it to the second round of the playoffs.
Right.
For the first time in a long time.
But just like injury wise, like a guy like Abe Ivey gets hurt. Ho got hurt at some point. You had concussion versus Ontario.
Yeah.
Did you miss the next week, or I think you were back, right?
No, I missed Highland.
Okay.
Next week.
And so we have a rough stretch with some injuries, and then your junior year comes and we lose all those seniors, and it's a small senior class, then it's 4, so it's a very heavy junior class. Obviously, with what we have this year, and you got hurt, kind of on and off, right?
Yeah, it was on and off. I don't think I really missed anything.
It was just nagging crap for it.
That's all it was.
And so I know kind of the season gets close to the end, and you don't want to admit this as a player, but it's okay for you admit now that your heart just wasn't in it for whatever reason. That spark of football was kind of lost.
Yeah.
And then the Ottawa game comes around. It's like, yeah, we want to win, but if we don't win,
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And so that's disappointing, for
it is
as a program, because we never want kids to get that way. But you're big sports track. You had a really good sophomore year with track. A lot of events in the state championship that again just didn't go your way. It wasn't quite there.
It really didn't.
So I mean, really for you, it's like your end of your sophomore year, or end of football your sophomore year with just the injuries and everything. Track being what it was, your junior year of football. What's that do for your psyche as you go into track your junior year with expectations to hey, let's get things back to what they should be?
I mean, it just makes you think about what you could have the potential to off that sophomore year. I mean, I think everyone kind of thought I'd do a lot better than I did. Then injuries just killed me.
Yeah,
but.
So you have these conversations with the Schmidt, with Salee, with Cameron, Camden Coolman, what the expectations football-wise? What's your kind of thought? As your junior's over, yeah, I'm part of these conversations, but is football really reality as we focus on track?
I think in the back of my head, I kept telling myself that I wasn't going to play, but I knew I'd probably end up playing, especially just talking to everyone. You think about it's your last time playing with them. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah. And then track your junior year doesn't go as planned either. You got hurt during, was it indoor season you hurt yourself?
The second indoor meet, and then the first outdoor meet, and then just a couple other times after that, random times.
The season just kind of lingered, and just one of those ones where didn't go your way. I thought then when the summer hit this last summer that we really felt confident as a staff, confident between talking to players that we had high expectations for a reason.
Yeah. Especially with, that junior year, we had 4 seniors, and coming back into a big senior class.
And I know for you, too, during the summer, you had some track stuff that was still important for you to balance and everything. Do you think, just talk about, your conversations with Coach Dick, your conversations with other coaches, with other kids, how did that, managing that track stuff, because it's important to you, while also knowing how important you are to our football season, just kind of, what were those conversations like?
There was mixed conversations I had with multiple coaches. My coach down in Columbus, I called him and talked to him about it because he's a football coach too. And what he told me, if you think you're going to regret it, play. You don't want to look back and wish you didn't play it. And that was a big thing. And then with Coach Dick too, I knew it'd hurt the team. He explained to me, I either got to be all in or don't be in at all.
Fairly, you think?
Yeah, fair.
So, what point during the summer were you did you finally hit I had to be all in? And you knew that you'd be all in, and you wanted to not just do it for everybody else, but do it for yourself and do it for, just the team. When was that all in point?
Probably about when the 7-on-7 started and stuff, and realized football is still kind of fun.
Getting to compete, getting confused. Fun.
I didn't get to play for till the last 7-on-7.
Hoover,
I think, yeah.
I know that the summer can linger on. June especially, we do a good balance here, I think, with our basketball kids. Of June is a basketball heavy month.
Yeah.
Football is a July heavy month. But that balance of it, and then you get to 7-on-7. And I know that me and Coach Hart, we all are always hey, 7-on-7 is great and all, but it's not real football. It's not we just and Coach Hart did receivers for so long. I obviously coach receivers now, and I'm still as a receiver guy, I'm this is not real football.
It's not, but I don't know, something about it. It's just fun. You don't got to worry about getting beat up every single play. You can just go out there and
the competition part. That's what we're all about is competition. I think that in Galion we breed we bleed a very strong competition. At all points. Obviously, August hits then, and we have. I thought great 2-a-days, great camp days. We go scrimmage, Lexington, Tiffin, and those both kind of go our way. We just feel good. Yeah. And I'll tell you what. That Friday, that first Friday of the season when St. Mary's came to town after a long bus ride for them, and everybody just 19-point dogs.
Oh, yeah.
And then you guys played your hearts out. We as a staff, as a team, we felt like you guys were prepared, and you guys went out there and showed it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially seeing that 19-point underdogs that no one thought we were gonna win that. Like,
Yeah.
we knew we could.
You know, it's so funny. It's like the underdog part for high school football. It's not like it's like any real spread. It's a guy that has all this data for everything, and it's like a legit number that he gets to, and it's not like there's any. But it's become fuel because nobody would have ever talked about this 10 years ago. I would have never known that there was, these spreads that this guy had when I was a high school kid, and now we look at it every week. We look at it, religiously. It's part of our getting ready for it.
It's crazy.
But I think that was like, just getting to be part of that with you guys was a really fun week one, something that we just went out there and enjoyed every moment.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that you and I got to really do this summer and this year was we enjoyed every moment together. Liftings are supposed to be fun. Like it's 7-on-7. It's supposed to be fun. Practice is supposed to be fun. And there are hard moments. There's moments where I got to call you afterwards and say some words to you. But it was fun. And we get to Shelby week and
high expectations. That was a big game. There was a lot of people.
It was a big game. It was cool. It was beautiful Friday night. I mean, how we got so lucky with weather.
The entire season was amazing weather. I don't know up to the regional final game, that was the first time we seen anything other than sunshine.
And so you played really well that game. And then that was the game we were up 21-20 at halftime. Halftime's weird because you guys don't go in and talk to each other at all. No. We go in as coaches, we talk for a few minutes, offense-wise. Coach Dick talks defense for a second. Coach Hay pulls you guys. Defense coaches pull you guys. You talk. Coach Dick, we go through, we do everything offense-wise, and then he says this thing, and then we go out and play again. You guys don't go in and say stuff to each other, which is kind of weird. Like, I feel like somebody always should be like that voice.
So, the only time I look back and think about someone talking in the locker room was my freshman year at Cary when Frank House came in there.
Frank House is a different breed.
That was I don't know what the score was. We were getting our butts whooped.
At Cary, was that one at Cary? It was like everything that could go wrong went wrong. I think they picked off of they had pick six, fumble for touchdown.
Yeah, it was
everything
could have went wrong, and it did. But he came in at halftime and he said some stuff, and it woke everyone up at that second half. I mean, we didn't win the game, but we came back and made it a game at least.
Yeah, we didn't get embarrassed at least.
Yeah.
And so that's like that Shelby one of those that's one where I wanted to walk in and I wanted to feel that from you guys, and it's a high school kid thing. I think you guys
I can't
whatever.
tell you how many times I thought about saying something, but I'm like, it's just not me. I don't know.
And then we come back out second play of the second half. Yeah. You have a big touchdown.
Coach Klump told me we were going to run the play in the locker room. Mm-hmm. I was excited for it.
I think the one thing that you did a really good job this year of is just took advantage of plays for you, and you called your own play quite a few times.
Yeah.
And that was one of them where it's like, hey, you want it. You're going. You beat DeVito, a kid who's one of the best football players to ever play in this area, 1-on-1. As you run through that play with me, what are you thinking as he's lined up on you?
I knew I was faster than him. He's a great athlete and stuff, but I know he wasn't gonna guard me.
75 yards to the crib.
Yeah, that was a fun play.
And then we just kind of hit a wall. We lose that game. But you guys, we as coaches were like, hey, we can see these guys again. We know we can see these guys can hit. That was his message. You guys just talking to each other that week at school through text messages, whatever. What was that conversation like between all you guys?
We knew we could have won the game. I mean, everyone looked down at us after that game, but we still knew that there was another chance to see him again, and that's what everyone looked forward to all season. I mean, Ontario the next week wasn't the best game, but
why do you think we were so flat?
I don't know. Honestly, I really don't know.
Do you think it's just I think execution wise, there was
well.
Yeah, there was nothing that you guys did that was just like.
Yeah, I got the ball maybe one time that game.
You calling out coaches now?
I don't know.
No, he's not. He's not. Just can't coach club.
No, I really don't know why it went that way with us, but.
I think it was one thing that Coach Dick always said is be humbled or get humbled. And there was one of those ones where it's every single week we had to grind them out. We had these games that we had to go on and not play down to competition in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and we needed a game like that. I mean, especially like Marion Harding too. We needed that. Mm-hmm. That was a big wake up call.
Marion Harding, I think you had two plays that obviously really made a difference. The slant right before halftime, that was another one where it's like you call your own play, you say you want it. Probably an awful play call, honestly.
The way the defense was, I knew it would work. He was playing outside shade a little bit, so
But they had a linebacker right in that spot too. Like
he was up. He didn't drop back. I talked to Trammell not too long ago, and we were talking about that play, but. Yeah,
you got off. I'm telling you, like there's a freeze frame I have. I think it looked like you were like 34 feet off the ground.
I felt.
And
like
you were flying. Your hands were up here.
That was the first time I actually like caught the ball with my hands instead of just like.
I know all season one for one all season on actually catching with your hands.
Yeah.
And then you had they were driving down to take the lead, and you forced a fumble, and then not only forced a fumble, but grabbed it right before it went out of bounds. That was one of those ones where it felt like we got lucky.
Yeah. I hit that ball out, and I really didn't even realize I hit it out at first. I just see the ball fly out and go to the sideline. So, I mean, I go for it, but I think it's just going to go out, and it stops right on that line.
So many times it feels like we're always on the unlucky side, and that was one of those ones where luck was on our side.
And I thought that even after I got the ball, like I figured the ref would think I took it out of bounds with me or something, but yeah, we definitely had luck on our side with that play.
Yep. That one obviously, means a little bit more for me than some of the others. So that was fun to, obviously be part of. And then week 10 hits, and week 10 is a chance to go 9-1, get the 2 seed, be the second team in the MOAC, all those things that we know what's there and what leads to after that. And right before halftime, you get hurt. And that time, just in that moment, real quick, just what was your thought as you're laying there for a second, and then just kind of like, what are you thinking for the rest of this game or this half and then this game?
I mean, like initially right after the injury, you have all the adrenaline. So like it hurt, but I didn't know what it was. I came off the sideline and Dawson had me walking around doing calf races and stuff on it. And I'm like, it hurts. He told me I'm gonna play, but then we go in there and they start feeling around a little more. You're like, nah, that's broken. You're not going back out there.
So as that game's over and inevitably that you're going to go get the x-ray and everything, just what's your thoughts as it plays out? Just got through 10 games and we have hopefully plenty more in front of us. What were you thinking that moment, that night?
I think my thoughts were going back to the beginning of the season thinking I wasn't going to play, and I was still telling myself that I'd still replay the exact same season knowing that would happen again.
Yeah.
I just enjoyed it. I think that helped me with it too, knowing I got a really good season out of it.
Yeah. You had a great regular season, and I'm glad that you got to be a part of it. And then obviously, you get the news that night you went to the hospital, that was broken, your season's over. It wasn't going to heal in time for any even deep playoff run. But that first week then was a bye week. As a player, I know you didn't get to practice, but what did you think of the bye week, and what did you think as we as a staff tried to maneuver a bye week for you guys?
Not actually getting to practice with it was definitely different, but it was just different. You get a week to fully at least try and recover, and then get to go watch another game or something. Or I guess no, they didn't have. Yeah, there would have been.
It was Cloverleaf and Bay Village.
Yeah, we watched them at Schmidt's house.
That's cool. I'm glad that you guys did something together, as a group of kids, because we went as a staff up to there, and
you guys all went and watched it.
It was a good time, and I'm glad you guys got to watch it.
That kind of stuff's fun. Like even with the Winford game, our junior years and stuff. Like that was on a Thursday, so Friday night I think we both times we went and watched Ontario and Lexington play.
Yeah, no, yeah, I was not a big fan of the Thursday night season opener games.
I didn't like it at first, but then realizing you get to go watch another game Friday, I like that.
We would both times we went to the Cary Hopewell game in Hopewell and Cary, but you guys got to go to your Lex Ontario game, and so from that perspective, like it is cool, but it just like we're creatures of routine, especially football wise, especially football coaches, especially guys like Coach Dick who are all routine, and you have to break that routine.
Friday,
So obviously we get Cloverleaf, and that's a little bit closer in the first half than maybe it should have been. But for us, it was exploring an offense that didn't include a guy that was able to stretch the field as much as you did. What was your thoughts so far? Because, again, it was like every Friday night I was like, how can we get better and better weather? How could it be so perfect? What were your thoughts, especially like 6 o'clock when the team's warming up together and you're wearing street clothes? What was that like for you?
It's different. Going into the game, I knew they'd win the game, but the biggest thing was learning how to win the game differently. Kurt and Kane are both great athletes, so I mean they're gonna figure out how to do it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean that's just the biggest thing, is knowing that they had to learn how to do it, which they did fine with.
You had your fair share of being injured. Like like you said, your sophomore year, you missed a game with a concussion stuff. But
Yeah.
being on the sidelines all of Friday night, because you got to even play some varsity reps as a freshman, and so
Yeah.
your high school career, you're on the field and not much on the sideline. If it is, it's not for very long, and so
Yeah.
just that whole game.
It just slows the game down so much more being on the sideline.
Yeah.
It's awful.
You got to put on your coaching hat a little bit. I give you some role. Hey, help me with this. Keep your eye out on this. Do this for me, and
Yeah.
you did a good job.
It definitely sucks though.
Yeah. And then we get that one, and it felt like the next week, the Perkins week, was as a coach, as a player, it's definitely the biggest game I feel like I've ever got to be part of.
Yeah, that was fun. I mean, just being on the sideline, that was fun. The energy was in the stadium, was there. It was awesome.
I have never seen our stadium packed like that.
Yeah, that was so cool.
And a team that, it was a much different team, obviously, the year before, but they are coming off. They made a state championship game. They lost in the state championship. They were a really good team, and they were a good team for a reason, and came in as the favorites over us.
Yeah.
And again, I'm just a position coach who gets to be on the sideline during it, and the motions that we felt, the up and down, the roller coaster, the highs, the lows. I can't imagine what you guys as players and even you not being part of it, but just the emotional, because you were emotional that game. I remember pregame, and I like to go through and give everybody a hug and everything. I got done, and you're still there, and it's like I'm not forgetting about you. I went right to you next, and you showed him some emotion that night.
That pregame sucked. I think that was the game that it really set in. Like, I'm done. I can't be a part of that. I can, but in a different way now.
Yeah. But I think, again, you handled it well, and you were a good teammate all the whole time. I think somebody like Trevor Shifley, who had to do it weeks 1 through 6, 1 through 7, you kind of saw what that's like.
And he did really good with that. I mean, he you can see him putting the effort in to try and get back, but he was still there with it. So.
Yeah. We win that game, and my wife was in Pittsburgh for a Maroon 5 concert, and my father-in-law usually likes to go all the games. He was at home watching my kid. And so I had nobody there really that night. And so I'm like, I feel like I'm bouncing around just like, everybody's like, hey, guys, congratulations, congrats. And I saw you, and you were with your family, but we got to enjoy a moment together, a moment again of like, you're part of this, and we don't get here without you. And I told you that before game, like, you are every bit a part of why we are here and how we got here. And I hope you truly do mean that.
Yeah.
And obviously that wasn't the last game. We got to play Shelby the next week. We got what we wanted. It was funny because Kurt came, one of them, in their interview afterwards. They're like, this is what we asked for. And sometimes, like, you better be careful what you wish for.
Careful what you ask for. Yeah.
And it didn't go our way. Shelby is a great football team.
Yeah, awesome season. That's good for them.
Yeah. And so it ends, and we have our banquet. And I think a banquet it put a lot of perspective of really how special the season was.
Yeah. It's like he read off a lot of stuff that the team accomplished. And so that was pretty cool to hear.
Accolades for you, a lot of you guys. Like first team All-Ohio, second team. Well, you got what, second team All-Ohio? Third team.
Yeah, I think it was third. Yeah.
First team all conference, but there was plenty of things, and we're not big, like you and I both are not big like stat accolade. I couldn't tell you how many receiving yards he had or catches or touchdowns. Same with like a guy like Gabe Ivey. I know it was a lot, and I know you guys made a big impact on our team and our program.
Yeah.
But when he reads through and it's like this many team yards and this many team touchdowns for the season, regional final appearance for the second time ever winning a regional semifinal game, like. Yeah, I know it's no consolation prize, but finishing second in conference to only that team, and we're so close. Like we're so close to winning. Like it was a really, really good season, a really fun season, something that we'll always really, really, really remember.
Yeah, definitely.
So now that it's over, you weren't fully cleared yet. Still, how's the recovery been? How's indoor track going? And as we lead into outdoor track, what's the goal this year?
I mean, it's going pretty good. Kind of slow at first. I just started practicing again probably a month ago or so. But since then, haven't had really any pain or nothing. Just practicing down in Columbus and then Mount Vernon a little bit.
What do you run indoor this year? Are we just sticking with the 100, 200?
For my club team, I'll be doing the 60 and 200, and then we have a national 4x2 team that just qualified for Nike Nationals, so I'll be part of that once I get back and stuff.
Where do you get to go for that?
New York.
Bring me with you.
Yeah. It's a cool place. I went there my sophomore year and ran there with Zach. It's an awesome atmosphere. Really like deep history state or indoor track.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So then outdoors going to be here sooner than you know. As long as you stay healthy and everything. What's realistically, what's the goal this year?
The goal, I mean, go out and win 100, maybe a 200. I've told coaches I won't do long jump, but then going to that meet on the other day, watching them jump sucked. I miss it.
God, you know how many times I've heard you say, like, I'm not going to do this, and then I'm going to do this because they're going to ask me to do this. You know what that means?
Yeah.
It means you're a team guy. You're a complainer, but you're going to do it. And you can...
So, yeah, I'll complain about it, but it'll get done.
So goal is to win the 100, win the 200, compete in long jump. Long jump was the one that you were the closest to your sophomore year, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, yes and no. Should have won it, but I guess
your foot's just a half inch too big.
No, it didn't even go over the line. That's why it was controversial. Like, looking back at the video, I wasn't good that far in front of it. I guess it shouldn't have been a foul. But
neither the instant replay. You don't want the NFL instant replay system because they wouldn't call the instant replay.
They should have that in high school by now.
At this point in time, in a state championship
you
meet,
would think a big meet like that, they could have some way of checking.
So you were pseudo should have been state
it is what
champion.
it is.
Well, I hope this year goes well for you. I'm one of your biggest fans, and
Yeah.
we'll be at our meet. We'll be at our fair share meets for you, and hoping you do well. And then before you know it, you got a few more months, and you're graduating from high school, and high school track's gonna be over, and high school football's over, and all those things. What's the next plan? What's the plan for you after high school?
Grow the business, I guess. I mean, I've got thoughts on my dad's a firefighter, and I've always looked up to that. So maybe going down to Columbus, joining the fire academy there, and working down there. But it's all kind of up in the loop right now. What I want to do.
College track non-option.
I mean, not really. School's not the big thing for me. If I got a good scholarship somewhere, but track, that's hard. There's not a lot of money in that. But if I did, I would definitely consider it. That's a free education if I can get it. But
Yeah, be a business guy and
learn how to do some stuff with it.
So you've been doing your business for a while. I mean, it's a big part of who you are is your business. For as long as I've known you, you've been mowing lawns.
So I've been doing it since 7th grade, so as long as we've known each other.
Yeah, been mowing lawns and going to different avenues. My favorite avenue that I'm excited for you to get into is the weed business, not the smoking weeds business. All right. The weeds in my yard business. I'm ready for you to come take care of my weeds.
I just had someone text me this morning about it. They just got their bill from another place over in Ontario, and they said it's way too much. I need to get on that.
So just from a 7th grader, starting that as a 7th grader to now, what has been some big takeaways just growing that for you?
It's a lot of work. You don't get to enjoy as much time as you would like in the summer, especially as a kid. You see all your friends going out and doing stuff. There's a lot of times I just gotta say, no, I can't do that. I'm working, so.
You were mowing yards before football games at some point in time.
Yeah.
You told me once that you showed up late to a football game. Go ahead, tell it. This is an amazing story.
The one game I showed up late and everyone thought I was mowing and stuff?
Oh, you were mowing, or we thought you were mowing.
Yeah, I show up I think it was already game face. It's 5:30. We're about to go out in 20 minutes, and I wake up from a nap at home, and I show up. No coaches, nothing say anything to me, so I just thought I snuck right in. So, and then after you guys all told me you thought I was out mowing, so you didn't say anything.
What year was this?
I think it would have been sophomore.
Oh
maybe freshman year. It was one of the two, but yeah, I just thought I got away with it. But you guys thought I was mowing.
Thought you were mowing and
sleeping away.
That's ridiculous.
That was funny.
We're too soft of a program. Obviously, this is a business for me that I'm trying to grow. To grow into something just to, we make any type of money off of it just for fun and everything. That's awesome. That's the goal. So what's, one young businessman to an old businessman over here, old in age because I'm getting old. What's your best advice?
Stick through it. I mean, there's times it kind of sucks. there's been multiple times I've thought about just stop doing it, but I'm happy I've stuck through it, stuck through the hard times of it.
Yeah.
And it's worked out pretty good for me so far.
The biggest question I have is, what do I have to do to get the free weed care? How many referrals do you need from me?
I don't know.
Set the goal right here. Tell the people right now.
I got to figure out how to start doing it first.
Just in general, how many lawns you got to mow for me in order for me to get the free weed care?
If you give me 5 to 10, somewhere in there.
All right, 5 to 10 lawns. Phone number, we're going to put it right here. Tell them the phone number.
409-631-9188.
And he's even wearing the merchandise. He showed up like he didn't even know we were going to talk business wise, and he's got the merchandise, he's got the logo on. I like that. Honestly, I'll take a free hoodie too. I'll get you 5 to 10.
I need to get some. Everyone's asked me for it. I need to get some more made.
I like it. I need to I got this off Amazon. I'm at like $7 for real.
I've got a couple flags.
I uploaded it on Amazon and it got here. It took like 3.5 weeks, but when it finally got here, it was really wrinkled. There was some yellow stains on it that came out.
But it's so cool looking at it.
Yeah, and it's the only piece of any type of legit merchandise. So I need to get some
merch out there.
Yeah, get the merch out there. We could do a collab. The Sabo Standard podcast present. See the candle business. The wife's candle business. She likes to take her time with it, and so I haven't been promoting it. So I need another sponsor.
I got to make the big decision this year. Try and decide if I'm going to change the name or not. Make it more of a professional name.
What are you thinking?
The only other one I've thought about is All Ohio Cuts.
Ooh.
I kind of like it. I made some logos on chat.
See, I like the Jake's Lawn Care.
I like it because it's stuck for so many years, but I think down the road I'll want something that sounds more professional to a company or something.
What about just like the last name then, like Chambers Lawn Care?
I feel like it just doesn't flow as good.
You don't think having the name in it, the last name, that
I think my last name doesn't flow with lawn care.
I don't know.
Sabo Standard, it's SS. It all works together, but.
So you like the name, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, there's some controversy on the name on our last episode.
Really?
Because Scott, our co-host, that only shows up when he wants to show up. He's also a teacher at Tri Rivers, and he's like, kids are asking me why it's the Sabo Standard and not the Sabo and Cam Dog Standard, and I'm like,
you started it.
Yeah. I said it's LLC. It's not. I would never pay any stupid amount of money for anything stupid like that, but someday we have to, I guess. So I like the name. It screams you, but
it's been out for a while. I think that's the biggest thing. Like I wouldn't change it.
I would feel
Everyone
like
knows
that'd
it by now.
Yeah. You cut lawns with it. What else you been doing? You shovel. You plow driveways.
Yeah, just shoveling right now. I need to hopefully get a plow.
You're shoveling.
Yeah, still shoveling.
There's a kid down the street from here that he needs a job. You should Shofford pay him a little bit.
Look, I gotta keep some of the money. It's hard to just
he gets a cut of it. It's better than him sitting in his house with.
It is, yeah.
Cohen Adams, we're talking to you. Call him out by name. It's okay. So
Cohen, do something. Get a job.
You ever regret not playing basketball? You regret quitting after your 8th grade year?
I do.
Obviously, indoor track was such a success for you and helped with a lot of things, but
I saw spurts of it, like wishing I'd play, but I've always said that if indoor track wasn't at the time it was, I'd play.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know.
We got to hang out some more. I mean, I coached basketball up through your guys's. I guess I did your freshman year. I've been out of the game now for 3 years, I think.
I haven't played all of high school, so eighth grade is the last year of basketball I played.
Because I had Cohen. I got to be around Cohen, and I think he's really the only senior basketball player left. I mean, I know he's not playing basketball, but of our kids, the only ones that played basketball.
Yeah.
Huh.
Trey don't play. Schmidt don't play.
Schmidt did play. Trey did play. Yeah. You guys had a really good special class, and your class was special to me, like I said, because I got to be around you guys when you were 8th graders, student teaching. Finding my footing in the door as this journey that I've been on as a teacher, and over the last 4 years, it's been your guys' 4 years of high school.
Yeah.
And so we've had ups and downs together. We've had a lot of different highs and lows, and good moments and bad moments. Good moment wise, what's your favorite moment you and me have got to have together, whether it's been at practice or in a game? What sticks out to you the most? This is your time to praise me as a coach.
I'd say when you gave me that one call, I forget what it was after practice. I wasn't doing something. You called me
During the summer?
Yeah, it was this season.
When I ripped into you?
Yeah.
That was your favorite moment between us?
Yeah, because it showed you actually cared. And I appreciated that call after.
Oh, you put me on a 10. You and Trevor were just messing around the entire lifting session or outdoor session.
See, that's one of the fun memories that I look back on, like lifting. You know, you got to actually put some work in the weight room, but those were some of the funnest times playing that white girl music in there.
Oh, my God. White girl music. The biggest problem is that, like, I am not a white girl music. I'm not a country music. I'm not even a big hip hop fan more. I listen to Drake and Kanye and, like, old Lil Wayne, and that's it. And I listen to podcasts and I listen to audiobooks.
See, I'm not gonna say any of that's bad, but white girl music, it's up there.
And so when I walk into a lifting one day and we are listening to white girl music, Katy Perry, Lady Gaga, all that stuff, and you guys are doing more dancing and lifting than you have all season long, I knew at that moment, one, this is going to be a norm, and two, this is the worst experience of my life. And it became a norm every single week.
Especially once I got hurt and I just had to stand there and watch.
Oh, my God. With your crutches, just dancing around with everything. Oh, my God. The biggest group of clowns I've ever met in my entire life. And Cameron Coleman's the ringleader of it.
Yeah.
And Trevor Shifley and you and Schmidt and all you guys are just a bunch of clowns.
That was some of them.
Oh, my gosh. All right, what's the meanest thing I've done or said to you? Keep it PG, but what's the worst thing I've said to you as a coach?
I can't say that.
Keep it the PG version of it.
The meanest? I don't know.
I've never said anything mean as a coach. That's
Never
good.
Anything.
That's good.
He's the nicest one.
Who's your favorite coach you ever had? You don't have to say me.
Ever had? Mm-hmm. Are we talking just football?
Any sport.
I feel like it depends on the category. Like, as a coach, you see, like, that puts in a lot of work. Coach Hay put in a ton of time, and I think that was appreciated a lot through, like, the team and stuff. I mean, he brought us into his home and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I say he's definitely up there. And then you, I mean, we just knew each other personally. I saw it.
The personal relationship part of me? Okay.
Yeah, I'd say you two are probably my favorite coaches.
What coach has done the most for you just, like, developing something? Probably your track coach has probably helped you.
Say he's helped me with a ton of it. I only started going down there last year. I think this winter is my first full year down there, but he's helped me a lot with technique and stuff. So that's helped a long way.
Do you think in high school football and even high school track, like, how far off are we from really good technique specific things versus when you go to that guy?
Are you saying like with the Feed the Cats program?
Just anything in general, like, because, like, you know, there's so many things as a young receivers coach that I've learned last year, because I did running backs and I did H-backs for so long that coming to run to receivers has been like, it's such a broad category, and so there's certain things that we can focus on, especially X's and O wise, that we got to take time to coach, that we don't get to, like, everything, like maybe with your hands or your body or your feet, whereas when you go to that guy, you're specifically doing
it's every
this.
little, like, that's the base thing with it. Like, you can be fast and stuff and everyone can catch a football, but the little tiny techniques that you have to make perfect over time, that's what really just sets you apart from everyone else.
Yeah.
I mean, everything from, track wise, like, just having strong feet, like, just a strong foot can make you a whole lot faster than anything, or football, just being able to break down just a little bit faster, learn to cut, like, that's the big game changer that can set you apart.
I feel like for us, like, the hardest thing high school football wise, and this is not a knock on anything that any way that we do our calendar, it's just like June and July and August. What?
It drags, especially with the nighttime.
Yes, the June, July, and the August does drag sometimes. I agree, but I'm saying, like, that's our only time to really, 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 really critique the small details, because by the time the season comes, we have to work so much on our game plan for things, like that, and so there are times so we're like bubbles wise. Like, bubbles is one thing that we, as me and Coach Dick and Coach Klum, we've really tried to work on the last few years of how are we going to run our bubbles and why.
It's changed. Like, from my freshman year, I remember, or maybe it was 8th grade. Like, a bubble used to be you just turned around and backpedal.
Yeah.
Now,
and I don't like that. I like the opening up and catching on the run, because I feel like guys like you, Kurt, Kane, like, catch it on the run and just going
with it. Yeah, it's a lot better.
But unless we really hit it hard June, July, and August, then season comes in when we're ready for it. Then we got to take. Then the time afterwards becomes a thing.
Yeah,
and it's really hard. It's really hard to be able to focus on those minute details.
Yeah, it's hard to find the extra time already on top of what we do.
Don't say extra time, because Coach Jig was like, "Oh, we'll find time. You need time. You say afterward." Gosh. Gosh, Coach Dick, you love him, you hate him.
Yeah.
Sometimes he listens to the name. I'm grateful for him. I've enjoyed working for him. I know you guys have had your tough love conversations sometimes.
He's been a good coach overall, though. I mean, he's been there. So.
Yeah. I genuinely, just like all of us, he cares for you. He has those conversations because he cares. And I enjoy being part of a program that shows and that resonates with. So
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he showed up at my house when I wasn't going to play football and told me, talked to me.
yeah. I mean, he doesn't live far from you. It's not like he'll act like he walked like 45 minutes to get there. He walked 4.5 minutes to get there.
Not even. It was probably like a minute.
Yeah. So, but he has his moments. He has his moments. So high school wise, we've talked about all that. Talked about the next route, the business route. Go ahead. Phone number one more time.
419-631-9188.
And I get 5 to 10 references, and I get my weeds taken care of for free next summer.
Once I learn how to do it, I got to get licensed and all that fancy jazz.
You do all that, and I get my weeds taken care of because that is the worst thing lawn wise. I like mowing my yard. I don't love mowing as much as you probably love mowing, but I like taking care of my own yard. Like there's as an adult male, it's one of those things that you just learn.
Something that's up there. You gotta have a good lawn.
Yeah, it's like mowing and grilling are two things. Like as a kid, like I'd go to Lowe's with my mom or my dad, be like, oh my god. Why? And now I'm like,
I just go there sometimes
and
just look around.
See, it took me some more time than 18, 19. I got to about my early 20s, mid 20s, and I'm like, Lowe's, like, yeah. I can buy a grill today, buy a new lawnmower. It's just an adult thing. It's an old man thing. As I get older and wiser, I realize more and more now. I just hate all the weeds. I hate the weeds in my side bed, my front bed. So you can happily take care of those.
I gotta deal with that. I was hired Cohen.
Yeah,
give him a job.
Yeah, finally, get him out of his house, Cohen.
Goodness.
All right, let's talk some world of football and some world of basketball. Obviously, like we said earlier, Miami, Notre Dame tonight. Who's winning the Super Bowl? All we have left is Denver and New England, and then Seattle and Los Angeles. Who's winning those two games? Who's winning the Super Bowl?
Well, I was really hoping the Bills would beat the Broncos.
I was listen.
Did you see that pass interference that they should have called at the end of the game?
Okay. Before you get to that, the first off is Brandon Cooks caught the ball. He caught it. He had it tight to him, and then his knee was down, and it got ripped out of him. That was for them to call it interception was awful. Yeah. His knee was clearly down, and he had possession of it. It's dead right there by the contact. Yeah. And then yes, he rolled and ripped out of him, but the play's dead. And when his knee hits the ground, I don't think it was coming loose. Like everybody's like, he had it right here, and then as he rolls, and so that screwed the Bills over. And then you had a play which probably had pass interference that they didn't call, and then 2 plays later, it was the exact same scenario, and they called it on that one, and then they called it on Tre'Davious White or whatever his name is on the very last. At that point in time, it's all that frustration.
I don't know that the one in the end zone. I mean, that's a spot foul, so that'll put him.
It was at the 2-yard line, so whether it was a spot or
But I mean, the defender definitely didn't go for that ball. He grabbed his arm. I was pretty annoyed with that call.
I was. I'm not a big Bills fan by any means, but I like Josh Allen. I was hoping that this was his year to get one. And I don't. As a Steeler fan, Denver and New England have beaten us so many times in the playoffs that I don't like either of those teams.
I mean, I don't watch NFL really. So I kind of watched the bits of the Broncos and Bills game, and I like the Bills. I mean, I'll be a Browns fan, but I like the Bills.
You got to root for somebody come the postseason because you guys don't make it there often. I mean, we do as Steelers fans, and then we just get dog whooped. And I was at that game Monday night. I went to that Steelers game. Yeah. It was stupid. It was fun till the fourth quarter, and then it's been a very rough week as Steelers fan. So anyway, all right, Denver and New England. Who's winning? Two great defenses.
I think New England will.
Okay.
And then I think Texans will. I think Texans will win out.
The Texans lost, buddy.
Wait.
Texans lost.
They lost last night?
They lost to New England.
See, I didn't even watch the game. I didn't even know that. Are you serious?
It was Denver beat the Bills, and then New England beat the Texans.
See, that shows you how much I watched.
All right. It's all right. I got this. I got the script for you. Seattle and the Rams. Who's winning that one? It's a shot in the dark at this point for you.
Let's go Rams.
All right. In the Super Bowl, you have the Patriots and the Rams. That's a rematch of Super Bowl.
Patriots, I'll say, though.
All right. Patriots over the Rams. Okay. Vrabel gets it.
Man, I didn't even know the Texans lost last night.
Yeah, they lost. Stroud had like 4 turnovers in the first half.
Oh, I did hear about that, actually.
Yeah. 2 of them were his fault. 2 of them I thought weren't as much his fault. People won't put the blame on him, but I mean, he had 4 turnovers against the Steelers too, and their defense just made old man Aaron Rodgers look sad. Basketball wise, you watch the NBA, college basketball.
I mean, I'll see bits of college basketball, but that's really it. Not really in NBA. It's all too much drama.
Yeah, I like the NBA. I've always been one that I defend it now, more than most people do. I think that they want to complain about a lot of things. It's not a perfect sport, but
you can't have a perfect sport.
Yeah, people want to complain about the defense. I think NBA-wise, the players are so offensively gifted that it's hard to play great defense 82 games and hold teams to whatever expectation people want to hold them to, because in the 90s, like, every team had one great offensive player. Not everybody was offensively gifted like they are now. Like, it doesn't matter who you are in the NBA. Like, all these guys could make threes, and they have great footwork, and they have great hand. And so to play great defense against guys that are just like
already it's the best. Yeah,
it's just the expectation is too high.
Yeah.
College basketball, I used to be a big college basketball guy until Thad Matta left.
And all that.
Oh, I love March Madness when I get into it now. February will come and I'll start watching more.
Yeah.
But with Aaron Kraft and Thad Matta and Sullinger and William Buford and David Light, all those guys, like, I grew up with Ohio State basketball. Like, I was all about Ohio State basketball at that point in time. Changed a little bit as I've gotten older. I also, like, my wife is very tired of football season, as you can guess. And so it's almost to the point of, like, this is kind of the break time from sports a little bit. So
yeah, I mean, a big thing with, like, especially college sports now, the transfer portal and all that. Even high school now, transferring and stuff. Did you see Jameer? Do you know who that is? Jameer?
Is it the kid going Big Walnut now or something?
Yeah. That's a big move for him from Wayne. That's down in Dayton area.
Yeah. It's transfer portal. I mean, I've talked it on Scott and I talk it so much. I always say, like, I think kids deserve one free transfer in college.
Yeah.
The second one, there's got to be some regulations.
And stuff like that.
The second one, you got to sit out a year. That way you're not jump year to year. And then high school wise, like, it's happened in high school football because of the open enrollment. I don't think
even NIL now. I mean,
I don't think that you and I don't think the place of us talking Ohio transfers is the smartest decision right now. We don't want to go into a conversation that not appropriate to have, as long as I'm still coaching and you're still a high school kid. Maybe when my retirement comes from the high school coaching ranks, we can have that conversation. You know where I'm hinting at, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Anything else for the good of the order?
I don't think so.
I don't even know how long this has been going on. I
don't know.
All good conversation.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you. I think you're a great kid with a great future. I've enjoyed my time being around you. I think you're a good leader. I think that you are a good friend, a good kid, and you have a good business and a good heart.
Appreciate it.
And you're surrounded by good kids. Your entire senior class has brought me a lot of joy. Brought a lot of people a lot of joy. Yeah, I think that you guys have influenced next year's seniors and the seniors after that and the seniors after that in ways that you'll not understand until afterwards. I hope someday you coach in some capacity and just be around kids and share some of your knowledge and share your perspective. Like, hey, this is where I was at this point in my life, and I didn't want to do it, but I did it, and I'm happy I did. Like you said, you broke your leg, and the first thing you thought afterwards, a self-reflection was,
that whole season it happened again.
Yeah. I think I was more upset about your broken leg than not maybe you.
Yeah.
I sent you a text that night, and I was like, man, like, because I was sad for you. I really was heartbroken for you.
So I know you reached out to me, and then another one was Mr. Tyrell. He reached out to me. He sent me something pretty nice.
Yeah.
But it definitely helped reading some of the stuff from you guys. I hope to get through it a little bit.
Yep. All right. Well, last time we ended this, you didn't know how it ended because you're like, I've never actually listened to your podcast. A bunch of fake haters around here. But now that you've been around the block, have you listened to it since our last recording, by the way? That didn't obviously go on air.
I see your TikTok clips.
Oh, my God. He still doesn't listen to the podcast.
Look, I'm not a long podcast listener. I don't got a lot of time.
need to just hit play on it. Okay, put the volume real low, hit play, and let it just play through on like Apple or Spotify. And send all your friends and tell them to do that too. Let's get this growing for me.
Hey, I got our drive to Columbus like 4 times a week. I'll throw it on. I'll throw it on tonight. I'll listen to.
Yeah, I don't need you to listen to it. Listen, if you don't want to listen to it, just have it play all the way through. That way, Apple or Spotify is like, yeah, you got to listen there. That's all we need.
Okay.
So, but do you remember how we end this?
No.
Oh my God, I hate him.
Well, it's been like
Jamal Williams. My favorite quote.
Oh, if you're gonna piss on the pup. Or
Oh
piss on
my
the,
God.
Look. Let me think real quick. Hold up.
Jamal Williams, after a Detroit Lions training camp practice when they were on Hard Knocks, gathered them all around. He gave this real emotional speech.
If you're gonna piss like a puppy, stay on the porch.
Let the big dogs eat.
Big dogs eat.
If you're gonna piss like a puppy, stay on the porch. Let the big dogs eat. How many times did you hear me say that during your 4-year high school career?
Don't you have a T-shirt?
I have a sweater.
Yeah, you got a sweater with it on the back.
Yeah. So it's not just all fake. I've said that to you.
Yeah, he's said that for years.
Yeah. Good. I want everybody to know it's not a fake thing. It's all legit.
It's
all right.
around.
Jamal Williams, go ahead and hit it for us.
If you're gonna piss like a puppy, stay on the porch. Let the big dogs eat.
Yeah, let's go.
Because if you go piss like a puppy, stay on the porch and let the big dogs eat.